The election of an American to the papal throne is more than a historical novelty, it's a prophetic milestone. For centuries, the world stage has been slowly, deliberately prepared for a convergence that prophecy said would come. Revelation 13 outlines the rise of two global powers. The first, a beast from the sea, symbolizes a system rooted in ancient Europe, steeped in religious tradition, and possessing immense global influence. The second, emerging from the earth, has the appearance of a lamb, gentle and peace-loving, but it eventually speaks as a dragon. This power rises in a relatively unpopulated land, promoting freedom and civil liberty, yet it ultimately enforces worship and legislation, contrary to the commandments of God. These are not mere symbols, they are prophetic identifiers. The beast from the earth, with two horns like a lamb, has long been recognized as representing the United States of America, and the beast from the sea, wounded but revived, clearly fits the historic role of the Roman Church, whose power was once curtailed but is now resurging on a global scale. For decades, the two beasts operated separately, one as the spiritual head of global Catholicism, the other as the political superpower of the modern world. But now, with the elevation of an American to the papal throne, the lines blur. The symbolic has become literal, the prophetic has become political. This is not merely an American leading the Catholic Church, it is the embodiment of two prophetic powers converging in a single figure, one that can influence both the sanctuary of Rome and the Senate of Washington. America, once the champion of religious liberty and the separation of church and state, is poised to speak as a dragon. The language of freedom is being replaced with laws clothed in morality, laws that echo the long-standing agenda of Rome. Movements are already underway that advocate for Sunday rest as a matter of national well-being, economically, environmentally, and spiritually. What is presented as unity is actually enforcement. What is promoted as rest is in truth rebellion against the fourth commandment of the eternal law of God. History reminds us, papal strategy is long-term. The Polish Pope John Paul II wasn't just a figure of hope. He was a symbol of strategic influence, helping dismantle atheistic communism with strong American support. Not for democracy alone, but to open the doors for Rome to regain spiritual territory. Pope Francis followed with global appeals to morality through climate change, economic equity, and social justice, all noble causes, but carefully crafted to unite church and state power under the umbrella of religious influence. And now, an American Pope. The final phase. A man shaped by American values but carrying the mantle of Roman authority, a leader who can speak to both Congress and Cathedral. His words will carry moral weight, not just in pulpits but in parliaments. Behind this convergence is an order long known for its discipline and ambition, the Jesuits. Formed during the Counter-Reformation, their mission was simple: restore Rome's influence. Through education, diplomacy, and infiltration, they have worked to guide the moral compass of nations toward a single authority. A 19th century Christian writer warned, "The Jesuits are well known for their insidious behavior, their capacity to manipulate and control for papal advancement." That warning has never been more relevant than now. Daniel 7:25 foretold of a power that would think to change times and laws, a clear reference to the alteration of God's law, specifically the change of the Sabbath to Sunday. Revelation 14 gives a solemn warning. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, there will be consequences, eternal ones. Calls for Sunday legislation are not fading. They're intensifying. Natural disasters, moral decline, and civil unrest are creating the perfect storm for a national push toward returning to God through forced religious observance. But which God? Which law? When church and state unite, the result is always coercion, always persecution. The prophetic image of the beast, a mirror of the papal system during the Dark Ages, is now germinating again in the land of the free. Revelation 13:15 declares that the image of the beast will be given life, and that those who refuse to worship it will face death. This is not ancient history. This is the road ahead. The election of an American pope is not the end, it is the signal. The convergence is complete, the systems are aligned, the final test is coming. This is not alarmism, it is prophecy, and it demands discernment, prayer, and preparation. He causeth all, both small and great, to receive a mark. The image is forming. The choice will be clear. Which side will you stand on? History teaches, prophecy warns, the future looms. Subscribe for more prophetic insights.